she finally came to Kenya. It's her first time ever. The great Tiwa Savage.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you didn't think that was you?
I was looking around like, wait, who else is on the show? Thank you.
We are so excited that you're in our city.
Thank you.
We have wanted for you to come to Kenya for such a long time.
And likewise, I've wanted to come for a long time. But, you know, scheduling and, you know, different things just happen. But, you know, God's time is the best, so.
You're here because you're performing at Barbecue Live this Saturday.
Yes.
Is it going to be an amazing show?
Of course. It's going to be beyond amazing. It's going to be magical.
It's going to be magical.
Yes.
That is a very, very nice way to put it. You've had such a fantastic career.
Thank you.
You got a degree in business?
Yes.
Worked at a bank?
Accounts. Yes.
And then you just like, yeah, I can't do this?
Well, I always wanted to go into music, and, you know, as African parents, they were like, no, you have to get a degree first.
A proper
and something
career.
else. Yes, exactly. And so when I did, I told them, you know, hey, this is your degree. I don't know what you want to do with it. Use it as a table mat, whatever you want to use it. But I'm going to do music. And yeah, they allowed me. They gave me their blessing.
So you went back to Berkeley.
Yes.
Berkeley is a very big deal.
Yes, it is.
And you got a degree in professional music, right?
Yes. I studied jazz, and I got a scholarship to go there. So it was amazing.
And you were done at Berkeley just 27. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
When you've already done so much at 27, what else is left to do the rest of your life?
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything.
That was
yet.
then. I'm just like, you're out of Berkeley
Even
at 27.
now, I feel like I'm just starting. There's so much more. You know, the world is looking at Africa now. You know, everything, music, fashion, movies. So we have a lot to live up to.
Is that the reason why you're not based in Africa anymore, are you?
I am.
Well,
yes.
you live in LA, don't you?
No, I live in Lagos.
You live in Lagos?
Yeah, LA, Lagos.
LA, Lagos.
Yes, yeah.
The L and the A are capital, and the
right,
Lagos is small.
Exactly. Yeah,
but the reason why you're spending a lot of time in Los Angeles is because?
Well, I recently just did a management deal, signed a management deal with Roc Nation, spearheaded by Jay-Z, of course.
Congratulations.
And, thank you, thank you. So obviously a lot of the work they do is based out of New York and LA.
So what does this entail exactly? What will be part of this deal with Roc Nation?
So them managing me is obviously now, their strong market is the United States and the rest of the world, actually. Right. I shouldn't just limit it to the States. But so now it's just rebranding, taking the brand that we've already built predominantly for Africa to the rest of the world. And everybody knows, like, in anything you want to do, music, movies, fashion, America seems to be the capital of entertainment. So,
absolutely. If you make it in America, you will make it
everywhere
else in the world.
Exactly. So that's what we're working towards. Yeah.
Obviously, when you're signed to Roc Nation and Jay-Z's label, then you get to meet Jay-Z.
Yeah.
What is it like the first time?
It's like meeting you. Very charming, very sweet.
Come on.
Honestly.
No way.
He is very, you know, very engaging.
Oh, you heard that, guys? Meeting Jay-Z is exactly like meeting Larry.
Right, so. Exactly. Just a darker version. Yeah, he's sweet. He's very intelligent, and he knows a lot about music, and he's very, very interested in the continent. So that's beautiful, and he's not trying to change anything.
Right.
You know, he's not trying to rebrand me and make me American all of a sudden. Yeah. He's just trying to bring that brand and sell it to the rest of the world. And
that must be amazing, being in that space, because I mean, he famously said, I'm not the business, I'm the businessman.
Yeah.
And you have this kind of background in music and business. Does that come in useful for you in your career?
Oh, of course. You know, when my parents were, you know, adamant on me going to university first to study something else apart from music, I was very like, oh my goodness, why me? Like, you know, I studied like people like Michael Jackson and, you know, Aretha Franklin, Brandon, like they didn't necessarily go to school. So I'm like, why do I have to do this? But now I'm so thankful because I'm so in tune with contracts and, you know, just different aspects of music business, like you said, that has really, really helped me just to be on top of things. Yeah, that sometimes a lot of artists overlook.
But you're not just a vocalist, you're also a writer. In fact, you've written for lots of very famous people.
Yeah.
Which one do you like more?
I don't know if I can choose, but I will say that Babyface was incredible to work with. He has, I think, over 50 or 100, you know, hits under his belt, or like, you know, that he's worked on. And just working with him and just listening to him, seeing how he writes, how he produces, how he approaches songs and works with different artists, because you know, we artists, we have different personalities.
Yes.
And him having to learn how to deal with working with someone like Michael Jackson to working with Tony Braxton, it was just incredible for me. Incredible.
But you also worked on a Grammy-nominated album.
Yes, yes, Fantasia. I worked on a song called Collard Greens and Cornbread, and she is, I mean, her vocals are incredible.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, writing a song and then hearing someone like that sing your lyrics is like, wow. You know, it blows your mind. It humbles you as well.
How did you get into writing music when you wanted to be a musician yourself,
Yes.
but you also writing for other artists?
Right, exactly. So I was writing for myself.
Yeah.
And then Fantasia was the first person to hear one of the songs I did, and she said she wanted it, and I was like, you want it for what? Like, this is my experience.
Yes.
And she could relate to it, you know, fortunately. And, you know, it was just like, hey, you know, Fantasia wants the record. And I was like, well, okay. You know,
all right.
They write you a check and you're like, yeah, listen, I got 10 more where that's coming from. Listen, I could write a whole book for you if you want me to sing and you want to sing it. So, and at that time, it was putting food on my table. You know, I was in LA, I just graduated. You know how it is, a graduate, you wait
You're
on
broke.
tables. Yeah, very. So that was a great thing for me to do at that time. And it was great for me to learn the back end of things and how things work, and prepare myself for when my time would come.
So what is your process when you're producing a song, or you're putting together the thoughts for, this is going to be my song on my next album? What is the process you go through?
Now, again, I literally just, I shut myself off, so I don't like to be influenced by what's raining now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you get under pressure and then you really just write artificial things. And by the time your project comes out, that thing that's raining has passed. So you're kind of like outdated.
Yeah.
So I just focus on internal influences, my heart, my emotions, my feelings, and you know, I also have a great team around me, Don Jazzy, Baby Fresh, All Tims, and the rest of the Mavin. We all pull through and we all just stay in the studio day in, day out and just write songs.
How do the Mavins manage to be such a huge powerhouse of African music, of Afrobeats?
I think we would have to ask God that, and Don Jazzy, I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of magic in his walking stick. I have no idea, but I will say that we work very hard, and we really are like a family. It's not pretense. We really do dearly all love each other. There is no competition. I think Jazzy was very smart in the people he signed. We're all very different in our looks, our vocal ability. So there's a market for every single person on the label. And that way we all genuinely support each other.
Because you guys were, to use your word, magical in Dorobuchi. Truly, truly magical.
Yeah, I hated that song, by the way, when I first heard it. I don't know. I was just like, it doesn't sound like anything I've heard before. I didn't understand what Dorobuchi was.
Yes.
I was just like, I don't get it. I don't think anybody else is going to get this song. In fact, I was the last person to do my verse, reluctantly. So I was in the studio sleeping, like, oh my God, Jazzy was just like, you're not going home till you do your verse. So I'm like, Durunadiwa, like, it's just like, and then as soon as he puts it out, the next day I wake up and it's just all over my timeline. I'm just like, wow, this guy has done it again.
Yeah, it blew up. we sing it here. We don't know what is Dorobuchi actually?
Yeah, Dorobuchi is Dorobuchi. Exactly. That's what it is. It's exactly what you want it to mean. Yeah, you still seem confused.
I'm just like, yeah,
I think
whatever she said.
Yeah, I think I am a little bit too. I'm still trying to figure it out. Doro is Doro.
Doro is Doro.
Yeah.
Got it. Talk to me about your upbringing in Nigeria, then you moved to the UK when you were 11.
Yeah,
so you've got the benefit of two continents, two countries, tapestry of cultures. How has that influenced who you are and your career?
Oh, it's great. I will always, first and foremost, be African. No matter how long I've lived in the UK or the US, I don't think you can ever take that away from me. And my parents, even while we were living in the UK, I was still, you know, immersed in our culture. We still speak Yoruba to each other. But living in the UK also it kind of opened me up to different cultures. So I'm very open to diversity, open to different things, and yeah, I love traveling now because of that.
Let's talk about something the Nigerian president said, which was very controversial, not just in Nigeria, but around the world.
Okay.
When he was asked about his wife making a political statement, and he famously said her place is in the kitchen, is in the other room. What did you make of that?
First of all, I think when husband and wife, you should never ever get involved in husband and wife issues. I think that might be particular to their situation.
Right.
And you know, they've been together for many years. It's obviously, you know, worked for them. So yeah, I don't really think it's in anybody's place to really discuss what a husband and wife do behind closed doors.
The criticism then was like it was very misogynist for a major African leader to kind of put down women in that sense. And yet there are many great African women, even presidents in the continent.
I don't know if it was really taken out of context. I mean, I know that a lot of women do work under his cabinet. So I don't really think he meant it in that way. I don't think he was trying to be malicious or he was trying to put women down. I think he was caught off guard as well. I don't think he was expecting that question. And everybody, when you're in front of press, sometimes you say things and you go back and you listen, you're like, no, I didn't mean it like that, you know. So I want to believe that he didn't mean it like that.
All right.
So.
As a musician starting out in Nigeria, did you get any criticism saying, no, a female artist can't make it here?
Oh yeah, I still do.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
I think it's still our culture. You know, when you look at the US, the biggest artists are female. Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, Rihanna. And I think it's something we're still catching up on in Africa. I know when I got married, when I had a baby, everyone was just like, okay, so now you have to be a housewife, you know, you have to be responsible, you can't, you know, just be traveling up and down and just jumping from one stage to another. And for me, I actually feel like that's the opposite. I actually feel like now my career has really begun because now I have someone to hustle for. I have someone to work hard for. My son is my everything. So those are still the challenges and the barriers that I personally am working hard to, you know, just break in my own little way and to encourage other women as well. Awesome.
You became a mother. What is that like?
How did that happen? Well, I don't know if we have, I mean, I could tell you how it happened.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the back process. Tiwa, focus.
I'm focused. I am focused. I was going to say, we need a biology lesson here? No.
Yeah. I'm talking about just becoming a mother is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
And for you, as when you become a mother and you're a professional career woman, does that change your mindset?
Of course. I was a bit nervous as well because, you know, I was like, how am I going to handle my success and living a very public life and still keeping my son very protected and at the same time not overdoing it where he, you know, he starts getting nervous and, you know, he's not a kid. I'm not allowing him to be a kid. What I do now is I take it a day at a time. This is the life I've chosen and this is a gift that God has blessed me with. And so I'm just allowing God to help me raise my son.
All right. I understand we can't talk about your family situation because of legal reasons. However, the blogs in Nigeria say you guys are getting back together with your husband.
We still can't talk about it.
Still can't talk about it. I tried. Don't say, no, she came there, you didn't ask, you want to know. The reason why a lot of people want to know is like, oh, is she available again?
Are you available?
I am available.
Oh, okay, maybe we'll talk off camera then.
Now we're talking. Let's talk about what's coming up for you. Obviously, Roc Nation, you're still writing music for yourself or others. What can we expect in the months ahead?
Definitely expecting me to come back to Kenya a lot more because I absolutely love it here. And more music, obviously, growing the brand, different business ventures as well. And I don't know, just allowing God to reveal his master plan over my life.
Are you a very religious person?
Very. Absolutely. Very, very, very. I think I'm more spiritual than religious.
Spiritual?
Yeah.
Is that possible to be spiritual in this industry Which is almost like the secular superhighway.
Yes, of course. I mean, you work in a bank. You don't know if the owner of the bank worships Satan, or but you still work in a bank, right? So yeah, I think it's not only possible. I think for me, I think it's necessary.
People don't imagine that's possible when you're a celebrity, when you're in people's faces. They have certain expectations about how you should live your life and what you should do. Have you had that pressure in terms of balancing it and still remaining spiritual?
Yeah, but I think the only person I have to answer to is God. A lot of times people might judge you by your persona, but I always try and encourage people to look at your life off camera as well, how you relate to people, when the cameras are off, what people say about Tiwa Savage, and that really shows the true image of who you represent, and so I think that's more important to me than the persona that people see on TV.
All right, finally, what's your favorite song? Among your songs.
Ever?
No, not ever. Just among
my
your discography.
songs.
Yes.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say right now, "Bad." I'm loving "Bad" featuring Wizkid.
Yes.
Yes.
That's one of the newer ones.
Yes.
Is that
yes.
why?
Yeah. I mean, they're all like my babies, so I can't really pick one.
You can't pick a favorite.
No, but "Bad" right now is just. I don't know. I think maybe because the love in Kenya, everyone seems to love that song in Kenya.
Everyone
so I'm
loves
like, yeah, and I was blessed to have Wizkid on it, so how can you not love that song?
And Wizkid was just in Kenya performing, maybe a month ago?
I heard.
The Chris Brown show.
How was that?
And it was on point.
Oh,
it
wow.
was really, really great.
Yeah.
Okay, sing a line for us from Bad.
Okay. Which one shall I start with?
She's like all of them are great, and I wrote them and they're amazing. Which one am I gonna pick?
I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Agbotota dise oh yeah. Agbára ló mú wá. Hey, yeah, I'm coming to cause trouble. You don't like me, unfollow. You can't talk about my hustle. You make money, I make double. Turn me up, turn me louder.
That is a direct dig, by the way. I forgot. I forgot to talk about that. There's so much opinion on social media, and you've got hundreds of thousands of people following you, and all of them have an opinion about how you should live your life.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I write songs and I address it. But I mean, I think I focus on the positive. The positive outweighs the negative by far. I think the day the negative outweighs the positive, I might have to be a nurse or something. But right now, the positive is so great. The little girls that send me messages and they just, look up to me or send me videos of them singing my song back. It melts my heart. It cancels anything else that might be negative.
Because social media can be vicious. There are celebrities that have been completely, driven off social media.
Yeah.
They've deleted their Instagrams or Facebooks.
Yeah.
Or just say, you know what, I don't need this.
Yeah. It is. It can be. But then again, on the other side, we use it as well as a great tool to reach out to your fans, to talk about your new music, your new releases. So you have to think in life there's a yin and a yang. So we use it for good, and we have to handle the bad that comes with it. That's just life.
Awesome. Tiwa, thank you so much
for
coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sure it's going to be amazing because we saw Tiwa perform in Mauritius a few years ago and she just killed it.
That was like 2 minutes or something. They was like, just go up there and
you
do something.
You are our highlight. There were lots of other people on stage that were just like, yes, Tiwa. That's all we were there for.
So I hope you're going to be there.
I'm going to come.
Yes.
I'm going to come too.
I'm going to hold you to it and look out for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Tiwa Savage in Nairobi, everybody. She's amazing. She's performing at the Ngong Racecourse Waterfront tomorrow on Saturday from, I think, 4 p.m. Yes, tickets only 2,000 bob. Go to Ticket Sasa. We're going to be right back on the trend. Stick around.